back in the day.
Yeah.
Now it's really a lot of work to get there. Now it's different.
What do we hit?
923.
Good. Well done.
Yeah.
Welcome to Breakfast with a Big Mac. I wanted to talk to you today, Mac, about your bike rides and get the details about them in terms of time, distance, calories, etc. How many times a week?
Well, I live right by the bike trail that goes up through the forest reserves here. I think it's called the North Branch Trail or something like that, and it's like 18 miles one way. No, it can't be that far. Maybe it's 15.
Yeah.
They say around 15 miles. I'm not sure.
It's a 30-mile loop.
It's a 30-mile loop. But actually, there's another little 4-mile loop at the very north end that, if I have time, I'll do it. Sometimes I cut back. But it takes me roughly an hour up and an hour back.
That's a good little bike ride.
Yeah, I wear my heart rate monitor, and I get up in the 150s on there's a couple bridges going up the hills, and I keep it in the mid 140s or to high 130s in the heart rate.
You're pushing it a little bit.
Right, and I like to. What I try to do is hook on to some of those like Lance Armstrong dudes, they're all tricked out with the helmets and all the streamlined. And I try to stick with them for as long as I can.
Most of those guys are at Starbucks when I see them.
Well, they might be watching now, I don't know, but sometimes I can hang with them for a little bit, maybe a mile, but usually I'll see them checking, looking at me like, who's this big fat dude on a clunker? Then they go and I lose them, but then that keeps me going faster. That's my little chase that I do. And
look around and say, there's that guy from Breakfast with a Big Mac.
And I'll burn 2,000 calories or 2,200 calories in those 2 hours.
It's a really good burn.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
That's where I was going with this. Really, is why I brought it up. Was that there's not a lot of impact on your body in terms of your joints, ankles, hips, knees, like running.
Right.
So cycling's a good bang for your buck. Yeah. Even though it's tough, you do work a lot of major muscle groups, obviously mostly in your legs, but to get that calorie burn is great period of homework.
I gotta believe it's an ab workout to some extent too.
Core is huge on a bike.
Yeah. And as far as the other rest of the body, when I get done, my shoulder just from holding those handlebars, and I wonder maybe if I need a different.
Maybe your neck is a little sore.
Maybe those handlebars where you hold up instead of like this.
You need some aero bars.
Is that what those are called?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the main route that I take.
Yeah.
I've also have a couple where I just ride through the neighborhood. I don't really like riding on the streets too much, crazy drivers.
Yeah.
But there's another forest reserve out by like Bussy Woods, where the Woodsman Rugby Club has played out for years. And that is paved, and that's a big loop.
Right.
And that's maybe a 7 or 8 miler with a couple of branches off. So if I do that loop maybe twice, plus I do all the little branches once, it's a good hour and a half.
Good workout too, yeah.
And it's serious difference. It's a different path, which I like.
Right.
And then most of the other paths around that I know of are gravel. My bike's not really set up for gravel. However, I'm thinking about getting a second bike. Seems excessive, but I'll have one for path and one for gravel, because there's a lot of gravel paths. And I'm not talking, bushy mountain biking, through the little trails and jumping brooks.
Single track. Yeah.
Right, I'm not doing that. But those wide, like not paved, but gravel graded paths. Yeah.
You're still moving, and that's the important bit. Get out and move, and that's the message that we're trying to pass on to the people that follow us, Mac, is that outside of the sessions that we have, or let's say someone's heavily into going to the gym, doing an elliptical workout, now the weather's good, this is a great bit of variety, and it's valuable for your fitness.
Especially after that miserable winter, get out, my God.
Yeah,
get outside.
Well done.
Thanks, sir.
Another good hit out.
When we're going for a ride together, see if you can keep up with me.
Maybe next week.